the more you understand about this world and you grow as you grow and you understand how unfair this world is, and you just have to utilize every single advantage that you have in your favor so that you end up with something, at the end. Like fun things, like entertaining things aren't entertaining at one point of your life. And it just becomes some kind of another task that you feel like you have to, because you know that you're gonna burn out, like if you just keep on pushing yourself, and it's not good for you. So you just try to find this entertaining thing, that you used to love before. And one thing that I realized lately when I try to watch this YouTube video from my one of my favorite content creator of my back then when I was in high school, it just didn't click with me anymore. Like obviously, yeah, I found it a little bit fun, like fun, obviously like more entertaining than doing my schoolworks or working on my own research or the kind of things that I would do, and what I would do when I'm on productive mode. But it's just not. I don't. I didn't feel the kind of comfort when I was in that productive zone. And I think that everyone has gone through or is going through this weird state where you cannot have fun while feeling comfortable. I wonder if it would change once you get into the spot, just like in games or like in semester in schoolworks, let's say, like only the first parts where you get kind of like you get overwhelmed by the amount of things that you learn in the next a couple of years, in the next like couple of months, or in the next a couple of semesters. And once you actually get into it, things get pretty easy. I don't know if it's just me, but even like a friend of mine who's studying engineering told me like similar thing to me about how it felt like impossible at first, when he was when he was freshman. Like he's now in sophomore, like second year, second semester, and he told me that it's like it got infinitely easier once he understood how it works. Like even though of course like the kind of things that like notions and things about like topics that he has to deal with, and he's learning right now is much complex and difficult, but at least he now knows how it works, so he it's much easier for him to kind of like just trying to like learn the main concept of it, and the rest of them is just plain time. You just need to exercise, like solve more exercises, or just need to spend more time on it, and that's it. So I guess it might be like a life itself could be something like that once, since I'm only like 22 years old. I don't know how would it feel like once you reach somewhere, you once you are once you have a place to go and you can make money out of it, you can make a living out of it, you have decent life, you have your own free times as well, but you got to work. But that's still fine since you make decent amount of money or good amount of money. So I wonder if it's something like that. But one thing I also realize is that once we achieve the kind of goals that we have right now, let's say, I don't know what your goal is, but mine has always been the kind of life that I no longer have to overthink about my future. One day I'll be in a position where I achieve the kind of goals that I have right now. And of course, financial independence is part of it, is a part of it. And let's just say I make it good enough, a good amount of money, but I don't know like what to do after that. Like maybe my life goal, like I could chill for the rest of my life after once I can, I can, I don't need it. How do I say this? Like I have financial freedom, let's say, and I don't need to work any longer. Then, like, what do you do after that? Do you just travel the world, and maybe I could read more books, or spend more time on myself and try to improve different kind of skills. But at the end, I just feel like everything becomes pretty mundane and I wouldn't say boring, but I just feel like you need these kinds of the kind of sufferings or like challenges or the kind of pressures, but makes it kind of enjoyable. Also, like it's suffering, so you don't like it. Just like when you start a game, you just learn a bunch of new things, and that's why like I'm sure same goes for me. But when I used to play different kinds of games, I would drop on them like immediately after the first 5 to 10 minutes, even sometimes even like less than 5 minutes. Like if I just don't get the kind of feeling, if I'm not vibing with this game, even though I don't even know what it's about, like what game is about, except for the genre. Like if I don't like the visuals or just something just not just isn't just clicking with me. Maybe it's just my mood. I'm sure 100%, like 99% of the times when I dropped on the games, but I didn't even play longer than 10 minutes, were just because of my mood, because I usually would use games for escaping tool instead of actually trying to be good at it or like trying to have fun with it. There's a huge difference between when you do something when you do something to flee from something, or you do something to actually do it. I think that those two are like really the biggest difference and distinctions that make someone who gets better at doing it right at the first time, and someone who's just doing it like over and over and never get actually improve, since his focus is not that, it's actually fleeing away, running away from the thing that he's fearing of, but something that he's avoiding. I sidetracked, but the point is, just in general, I don't know if I should be feeling gratified, like I should thankful for the fact that I'm in this part of my life, being aware that this will be gone one day, and I live my life without this much of sufferings and this much of challenges, or it's just like I sometimes really hate it, but at the same time, like it's not that challenging, like once you actually do it and you're kind of in this flow state or autopilot mode, you just do stuffs over and over and over again, and you see the time and it's okay, hours pass, so you just gotta sleep now. Just gotta do the same thing again tomorrow, and you do this over and over again, and you'll be fine one day, and like because it's just math at this point. You stockpile small wins day by day, month by month. You'll eventually win in that race. You'll get the result that you deserve. Obviously, not in every cases. I won't disregard and ignore those people or all those situations. I wouldn't even say extremes, since life, like when you actually once like one day I realized how unreal life is. Like when you like say this kind of things, and like even when you if you're reading a book or watching a series about something, and you just feel like, no, that's so unreal, like this all this really took it way too far, like ain't no way, like this is too unrealistic. But like the real world is way much more unrealistic and versatile than how what we think. And I feel like that's it's so extremely difficult to actually predict and like what's to come, and that's the kind of joy of the life, but it's also at the same time that's why we fear the future. And I don't know, like interesting things no longer interest me, and I guess like the best way to just live my life is less is the best. I think that's the kind of phrase that I really love lately. I mean that's the phrase that I love lately. I'm just trying to have less of everything. I mean, not sleep the kind of things, but more like not trying to stimulate my brain on purpose. So I even try to quit on listening to music while training, but that's like the hardest thing that I could do. So I could not, after like 20 minutes of just warming up on my cardio treadmill, incline treadmill, I just instantly went to grab my AirPods. But like just in general, no more scrolling, no YouTube. I would just like rather draw something on the notebook, but I end up studying since like, like it's no, what's even the point of this? I would just actually do something. And I actually enjoyed solving some problems, exercises, or doing my own school works, and the day passes. And I guess that's it. I guess that's the kind of life you should be living. And I really hope, like one day when I'm in the position where I can kind of chill in my life, I hope I can proudly say that I actually tried, instead of those people saying like I tried to do this but I failed, the kind not the kind of thing, but I actually tried, but I'm sure, I think it's just human nature. A part of human nature that I think about is that once you get to the point where you can chill, like you don't have the kind of like you don't have the kind of pressure that if you don't make this, like it's gonna affect your life gradually. Like you make a fail when you're on top of, when you're on like 30s 40s while having a job. I don't know like what kind of fail that I'm talking about, but maybe like it's much more detrimental into your life. But most of the times you don't end up being like homeless or something like that. But I feel like in your 20s, like when you have to do as many things as try to do and as many things as possible and meet as many people as possible. And I don't mean by meet like date as many people as possible, but more like try to know more people, like to find a partner or find a friendship of virtue, your soulmate kind of people, and like find something that you will stick on doing for the next at least 40, 50 years, so I guess in that sense, like 20 years really might be the the most important. And like it really doesn't even feel like you can enjoy something, like you can chill in 20s, like, oh, you're a freshman in your high school, I mean, in your college, in your university, you can chill. You should hang out with your friends, and you can do anything you want, but actually you can't. Like that's the kind of life that we are told as we grow, since we were in elementary school. We all know this, not skit, how would you call it? Like we all know this how it goes. So in elementary school, they tell you about, oh, now that you're school student, like you gotta do this and this and that. And now that you are junior high, you gotta get into this good high school. Now that you are a good high school student, you need to get into this good university. I know at some point it's kind of gets lessened, I'd say. I surely am not in that position, so I'm just expecting something a lot from it. Like I'm looking forward a lot from my future, like how I would turn out in the next 10 to 20 years. And I just hope that I keep on pushing the things that I'm doing right now. Obviously, it's not realistic thinking, but I'll be the same kind of person in 10 years. I'm sure like I'll be so different in 3 to 5 years. But yeah, that's that. Interesting. Just in general, entertaining yourself isn't entertaining anymore. And weirdly enough, even though you get some kind of fun while doing productive things, it isn't like pure fun. So you kind of also you're kind of like seeking for it, like a dip inside you, but not that much. And you just have that desire the whole day, like the whole time of trying to get satisfied, but you'll never get satisfied. until you get to that point. And I guess that's why people um make like like people who make big mistakes in late their like after they are in a very comfortable position, like chill life kind of position, since they don't have anything going on. Like they want to make some kind of dramas by making the mistake. I personally think that's it. Like it's just my speculation, but like those people who would make like terrible mistakes are kind of like subconsciously intentional, since their brain wants something. Like they are longing for this for years. Well, your life is just so chill. Like you have this, you can just be like that for the next like 50 more years, and they go insane and they make these mistakes, but aren't even mistakes. Anyways, video's getting really monotonous. Thank you for watching the video.